Hello and welcome to episode 5 of the Coach's Corner, where we interview Bloomsburg University athletic coaches here on campus. I'm your host, Matt Marvin. Today I'm joined by the women's basketball coaching tandem of head coach Allison Tagliaferri and assistant coach Alyssa Carsia. Thank you for being with me today, guys.
Thank you for having us.
So with that being said, first question I want to ask is, at what point, if any, did you realize that basketball was your favorite sport? Coach, I'll start with you.
All right. When I was younger, I played Little League and basketball, and I swam, actually. But I loved baseball, too, but then when I had to switch from baseball to softball, I really didn't like that as much. And then swimming, obviously, was during the same season as basketball. So by junior high, I ended up just sticking solely to basketball, and ever since then, that's pretty much been my life.
Coach, what about you?
Well, I actually played two sports. I played softball and basketball my whole life. I was probably better at softball. I played two sports in college, so I played softball and basketball in college too. But I think just basketball for me was always a little more exciting, like more up-tempo. I really enjoyed softball when I was pitching because I could kind of control the pace of the game. But if I was at another position, it was just kind of a little too slow-paced for me to coach, I think. So I just kind of got into it a little bit more as I got older.
Going into the coaching, how did you guys get into coaching, and did you ever see yourselves becoming coaches at any point in your life? I'll start with you.
From a young age, I felt like I always wanted to coach, and in high school, I coached younger junior high teams, and so going into college, my plan was to go become a teacher and hopefully coach at the high school level. I never really thought about college at that point, but then once I was here at Bloom playing, I kind of was like, oh wow, you could coach in college and that be your only thing, and you don't have to teach, and that's your full-time job. So once I got to college, I kind of was dead set on that was my goal, become a college coach somewhere, and I was lucky enough to get back to Bloom fairly quickly after graduation, and it's been great ever since.
Coach, what about you?
Well, I definitely really had no desire to coach throughout probably even my college coaching career. I just never really, I was a marketing and accounting major. I really kind of saw myself going into some kind of advertising, sports advertising or something like that. And then I played overseas after I graduated, and when I came back from that, I just went through, I think, what a lot of college athletes go through when they're not playing their sport anymore, and I was just I kind of didn't know who I was without it. So I had applied for the head coach's position at Penn College in Williamsport, and I got it, and I kind of just didn't really know what I was doing, and then I sort of just fell in love with it after that first year coaching there. So it was kind of a completely different situation for me.
Now, obviously, both coaching here now, a lot of turnover from the last time you guys took the court. Obviously, with COVID putting a wrench in a lot of athletic teams, a lot of good players had to leave school, graduated, moved on. What can you say you would like to see from the team this year that is, albeit a lot younger than it has been in years past?
I mean, it's definitely way different. We went from, we would have had our most experienced squad since we've been together last year to, we say we have 2 grandmas and a bunch of toddlers. So Meg Cordoni and Emma Saxton, came back for their COVID year. So, I'm trying to go into it without a lot of expectations this year because, we are so young. We have 9 freshmen. We have 2 sophomores who really didn't get a lot of playing experience as freshmen because we were so experienced at the time. I'm just kind of looking to get better every day and hopefully be able to put together a successful campaign for Emma and Meg because I think they deserve that with how hard they have worked over the last, Meg 6 years, Emma 5 years. So,
definitely.
I think we're very capable, even though we are young, but just trying to go into it game by game and not really get ahead of myself too much.
Yeah, I think Meg and Emma are doing a really good job, though, at leading such a young group. I mean, it's definitely probably frustrating for them at times, as in us. But they're doing a really good job at like being positive and just kind of trying to teach them all the ropes and kind of on the fly. And I don't know, I think, you know, we have a great group in the sense that they all are working really hard, good attitudes. Like we kind of have that going for us. So I think as that continues, we could probably surprise a lot of people.
All right, well, that's all the time we have for on this installment. Coaches, I can't thank you enough for your time here today. That's all the time we have. Thanks for joining us here for episode 5